I wish we had seen a little more of his dad too, which is weird, but his dad was kind of
just hanging out.
Just there.
Oh, that's sorry.
Oh my God.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. My name's Justin, and alongside me are Eddie, Kyle, and John, and we make up Screen Riot. And today we are taking a look at We Go On. So Eddie, this is your pick for Thriller this week. Why?
Okay, so to be clear, movie's not great. I know that, but there's some things about it that I thought they did pretty well. I kind of thought that the way that they attacked the whole ghost story tropes, the way they attack ghost stories in general, like typically ghost movies, it just is happening, right? Like whoever is being haunted, they're being haunted and they don't really fucking want it. They're doing everything they can to get away from it. This is a movie where a guy wants to be haunted or wants to find out about the other side. I thought that was an interesting take on that genre. Mm-hmm. And then to have it blow up in his face spectacularly just makes even more sense as to why you don't do this. Like why you don't go, hey, ghosts, haunt me. Like there's a reason why you don't do that shit. You know what I mean?
Do you believe in spirits? Do you believe in ghosts?
Do I believe in ghosts? I think that there is a chance for a lot of things. Let me say it that way. Like I think Bigfoot could exist. Nessie might not be out there. Aliens probably are visiting us. Area 51, the government, it probably has a lot of shit that we don't know about. CIA, I can't trust them. It goes on and on. I mean, I wouldn't call myself a conspiracy theorist. Government. I just think that I'm aware and the rest of y'all are asleep. How's that go?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm asleep right now? Oh, crap.
Yeah, something
I'm doing
like
these podcasts in my dreams now.
Go grab your aluminum foil hat there.
Ooh, hang on.
Okay, it's polished. It's polished aluminum. Okay, it's stylish is what I was
brushed
told.
Metal.
Yeah.
Got it down at the conspiracy theory surplus store.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, this was the first time I saw this movie. I didn't find it half bad. It was entertaining. When he first showed up, I was like, for some reason I started automatically trying to figure out the end of the movie, right? Because that's kind of what it is. It's kind of a mystery, right? So I was like, okay, well, he's dead. And I was like, okay, wait, no.
When who showed
she's
up?
dead.
Miles?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, we see him do the car crash at the beginning, you know.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, so everything we're seeing, he actually died in the car crash. Yes. Yeah. I was like, okay, he's dead. You know, either that or he's like Chris Kattan when he was playing that monkey on SNL impersonator.
I wasn't even thinking that. I wasn't even thinking that. I was going, man, he's in an awfully old car. I haven't seen a speedometer like that in a long time. That was where my mind was.
And that thing had some get up. See how quickly it got up to 80?
Yeah, it helps to have a little bit of ghost power.
Wow.
Yeah,
horsepower. You know, the thing that I loved about this is the background that he's in. He's in video editing, so he understands basically everything could be edited, everything could be faked. Because he's like, I've seen it all. I fake it myself. It's like this is what I do. I'm a fake artist.
Yeah,
you know, I create illusions for people to get freaked out. You know, with. And it's not real. Nothing's real.
See, I didn't like that.
I did.
It could have been something else that he could have been in. I always think it's a cop out when movies when the main character in a movie is in the movie industry. It's like, hey, we don't have a budget. Let's look, we have an editing station.
That's probably what they edited on.
Oh, I guarantee it.
I guarantee it what it was.
It was Final Cut Pro 7.
There was
or
7,
FCP6, you think?
It was 7. No, it was 7.
But I will say in this movie, that's actually one of my favorite scenes is when he's sitting down with his mom and he's going through the submissions that he's gotten for the ad. Yeah. And they're sitting there and they're going through them and she's like, ooh, that's kind of creepy. And he's like, it's fucking fake. Like I liked
he starts to recreate the voice that they used, you know, it's like, come on.
And he's literally like, he's pointing at stuff and he's like, wait, what's going on? Nope, that's fake. And I liked how he wasn't, I mean, he was basically debunking it. Like the stuff that, like when it comes to the ghost stuff, since Justin wants to put me on the spot, I prefer the ghost people who are out to debunk stuff, not the ones who are out to find ghosts. The ones who are out to find ghosts, I find to be very cheesy and stuff. Like the doctor who takes him to quote unquote break him of his phobia and show him the other side and all that shit. It was fake. It was set up, and he was doing it because he thought Miles wanted to be like scared out of his phobia. That wasn't the reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At first, I thought that when that scene happened when they were at the school finding this kid that got locked up in a locker.
I can't move anything. I can barely.
Open it.
I really thought the kid was a ghost. I
did too. Yeah,
or that, or I thought that he was imagining it just because of the sounds that were being put in his ears, and maybe the salts that he licked or whatever. It kind of just created that illusion, and he saw it himself. We were seeing what he was seeing, and I was like, okay, well, yeah, you obviously saw something because you were told about the story, you had an image in your head already, and now your brain is playing tricks on you. I mean, that's the whole thing about fear is you start to hallucinate. You start to see things.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt whenever you have a doctor trying to like extra fuck with you though by messing with the sound.
And then the mom comes around. She's like, "I found your ghost."
I can't wrap my mind around this.
Hey, I caught the ghost. I'm a ghost catcher or whatever you call it.
And I'm like, oh shit! This is
So
really
they did
it's
surprise
like
you.
a con artist. Like I totally did not see that coming.
Well, and then
Yeah.
when he goes to the next scene, he goes to visit the guy with the puzzle box, and he's getting out of his
Yes.
car, and he sees the guy who does special effects.
Yeah.
Like, are you still doing special effects? He's like, yeah, but now I'm doing like live action stuff. We got a guy down the street. He's got this like Tibetan box. I'm supposed to make ghosts pop out of the doors and shit. The guy's like, bye.
I was like, all right,
Just-
see you later. This is stupid.
I kind of miss I kind of wanted to see that scene happen, like him go in and not be phased by
Too
this
expensive.
elaborate thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
What I would like to see is the movie behind the kid in the locker. I want to see a movie made out of that, and I want to see a movie made out of the Tibetan ghost box
Yeah.
too. I mean, it seems like I'm like, okay, those could be fun movies to get scared in.
Well,
But-
the Tibetan ghost box has already been made. It's called Hellraiser.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Wow.
Is the Tibetan ghost box thing was that, and that
Touche.
most of the stuff that's in this movie is actually like most of the ghosts, quote unquote, the submissions are already based on other movies, and that was I think their point was to kind of poke holes at the ghost genre and be like, this is what they say ghosts are, but is that really what ghosts would be? And I don't know. I like okay. So skipping ahead to the airport guy, whose name I can't remember now. The one who actually is dead. Did you see that he was dead whenever you were meeting him? Whenever you
Yes.
met him?
Well,
see, I
that's
didn't.
well, it's only because every
I
character I went, oh, that person's dead. So I was right.
Well, you were right once.
You're like the fucker who's bought 2 million scratch off tickets. And you're like,
Yeah.
I finally won.
But I won.
$10.
It's like, yeah, but you lost like 1,099 times.
and when he went to take him through the thing, I even before they went inside, I'm like, oh, he's taking him to his dead body. So I was right twice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Even the
Sure.
clock is right
I hate
twice.
actually trying to figure shit out. It's like just let the
Yeah.
movie evolve and just let it tell you.
See, I was trying. I'm like,
didn't
okay.
I didn't see it.
I'm like, okay, he's dead. No, he's not. Yes, he is. No, he's not. Boy, he's really weird. He's dead. Nope. Maybe. I kept going back and forth. So yeah. Up until you see his, and I totally did not see the dead body coming.
No, I didn't see the
I
dead
didn't see
body
that at
coming the
all.
first time either. And I definitely didn't see how he died coming. The way that, because I mean, the whole
Oh,
time you're
yeah.
thinking he's the asshole who's just stalking this girl. He was an asshole who's stalking this girl who happened to have murdered him with, by making him OD. I was like, oh shit.
So I told him we could go get high at the ghost town like the old days. And I tainted his dose. Shot him 3 needles full.
Which that was a clever twist. I did like that because the first time you see the dead body, you see the needle
Yeah.
next to his arm.
Yeah.
But you just think he was a druggie that overdosed.
Yeah.
But then, like you said, later they find out that no, she murdered him by giving him a lethal dose of heroin or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So
three needles full.
yeah, 3 needles full is what she said. And so that's the whole reason that he is attached himself to Miles to convince Miles to get revenge, basically, and kill her. Which I thought was a neat twist.
It was Nelson was the guy's name.
Nelson, thank you. And yeah, don't get me wrong, Nelson was a dick. When he was alive, when he was dead, he was an asshole. I'm not saying stalking is never okay.
Allegedly.
Murdering somebody to get away from them is an interesting way to deal with it, though. And then she was willing to murder Miles to get Nelson's ghost, who wasn't
double murder Nelson.
But what killed me was he wasn't even going to her. Like Nelson wasn't fucking with her, but she couldn't take the chance of him coming to fuck with her. I was like, wow,
well,
that is
no, it was the fact that he wanted Miles to kill the girl.
No, totally.
So she was like, I don't want that to even remotely happen because he will follow you. He will actually, cause this murder of me.
Well, and but it's kind of weird though, because Miles said, "I'm never gonna, it's never gonna happen, right? It's
Yeah,
never gonna happen. I'm not going to make it happen." She didn't trust him.
Yeah.
I know, I get it, but to shoot the dude in the chest on a chance,
I don't know. He's a goofy looking guy. I mean, you can't really trust those guys.
I thought this is kind of weird.
Those were trustworthy ears. Go ahead, Kyle.
I thought they were actually gonna shack up. I was like, wait, this is gonna be really weird. Because when she came to him like in the parking lot, I was thinking, oh man, this is gonna be weird. It's like no wonder Eddie picked this.
Miles takes revenge on Nelson by shagging his woman.
He's like, right? You like that, Nelson?
He's like,
they have a threesome. One's a ghost. So
can I join in?
God, that's too much. Jesus, too much.
It's a lot.
I mean, that movie's already been made too.
So talking about the ending, then, did you guys understand the whole car scene with the parents?
Well, yeah,
car scene.
Did you start over?
Kind of, but why? Like what he gets asked as a baby in the back seat. The mom asks him, "Do you want to go with your mom or your dad?" Right.
He chose mom, so he was alive.
So he went back to life. Yeah. I did not get that the first time. I was completely lost by why that scene existed. I was like, what the hell was that about? It took me 2 times watching it to go, the dad's dead. So I get it. I didn't understand. Same thing with him speeding up at the end. I was like, so now he's going to try and kill himself? Like, what the fuck?
See,
but then it took me a second
unless
time.
He's going back to his dad.
It wasn't it. It was that he's over his fear. He's past all of his, he's over fear completely because now he knows that we go on. Credits.
I didn't understand the whole, the baby picking the parent.
You didn't get the parent thing? Yeah. So you're like me, Kyle. Yeah.
No, I just thought that was a flashback and I just, thought the mother's story was true.
Yeah, no, I didn't
the plot.
I didn't get it the first time. The speeding up at the end though too. I didn't quickly grasp it, and then I started thinking about it. I was like, oh shit, I get it. So he was afraid of everything. He couldn't drive. He couldn't do anything. And now at the end, because he knows that there's an afterlife, now he knows that even if you die, you have more to quote unquote like your spirit can do more. He's not afraid of anything. I thought that was an interesting way to wrap it up, personally.
Yeah, but you don't remember it. I don't know. It's just weird.
The one thing that I didn't like about it was the reliance on the jump scares.
Oh yeah, total.
How many do you see?
3 plus a priest.
Not 4?
Untarnished life. He has sought to please God.
I think it would be more interesting if they were just all the dead people that he started to see were just around and not bothering him, because to me it doesn't fit in the story. Because if you turn into a ghost and you get tethered to somebody, then why are they engaging with Miles? To me that doesn't make sense.
So here's the only thing I got from that, because I'll be dead honest with you. The guy at the funeral in particular, the uncle, the grandfather from the Addams family that turns around and runs at him, that was the worst of all of them, right? Mm-hmm. The bus guy to me was one of the best. Yeah, I like the bus guy. But I understand what you're saying. The best that I can tell, it's not so much that you get tethered to one person. Nelson tethers himself to Miles on purpose. But everybody else is basically just floating around being like, I'm a goose.
Just preferring public transport.
Yeah, well, because Yes, I mean they're
it's a very economical way of getting around.
They're environmentally conscious as well. What's her name? The medium,
How
the
did they have
Latina
exact
medium.
fare?
She sees all kinds of dead people all the time.
Yeah.
Right. It's random ass people.
Which he started to do the same. Yeah.
Yes, and that's what I think it still does kind of fit into the story. The guy at the funeral though, his little extra ass should have been cut. Like I would have cut him. I think the reason that they're engaging with him is because they're not seeing so much. Like think about it. There's only so many people who see these things, right?
Mm.
So when they see the medium, they're like, "Oh, I can fuck with the." Think about. Do you ever see Patrick Swayze in Ghosts?
Oh, because they're bored ghosts.
They're fucking bored. Like they're running around. No one sees them. They can scream their heads off. No one hears them. And all of a sudden, you're like, "Wait, what's that?" And they're like, "Oh, you can see me. I'm talking to you. In fact, I'm going to scream at you on a bus like a crazy person, like I was when I was alive."
I thought that was Nelson screaming on the bus.
No, it wasn't.
No,
it was
another
dude.
guy.
Yeah, some other dude.
Just looked like him.
But I go back to Ghost, like with Whoopi Goldberg and Patrick Swayze. Like they once they realized that Whoopi could talk to, they could understand. There was all kinds of people showing up her damn apartment. She was kicking them out because they were just bugging her. I think that's the same idea. I don't know. Maybe I'm making too much of nothing.
I think the filmmakers were like, okay, people at this point in my film are going to start falling asleep or not paying attention. So I need a jump scare here to make sure they're awake, get the heart pumping again, and then I can let them calm down a little bit and to where they get comfortable and they start falling asleep again. And then I'm going to jump scare again.
Yeah.
Just to keep the blood flowing in the audience. That's what I think.
I think they had a really strong act 1. I think they had a pretty strong act 3. Act 2 is a little flimsy. Because I liked act 1. I liked the whole understated ghost hunting thing. I liked the cool. Seemingly innocuous voicemail that's like, well, I'm actually with one right now. She says you've already seen her, in the grandfather clock. And he's like, what the fuck does that mean? And then later on, he's watching the video and he realizes, oh, wait a minute, that's a grandfather clock. And there's some woman in the grandfather clock. That was a cool, I don't know. I liked that. I liked how it was hidden. And we'd already seen that shot multiple times, but never saw the ghost face.
And I am a little ashamed that I didn't pick up on that. Okay, I have this voicemail, but I didn't give my phone number out.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, why didn't I? Why? Okay, obviously that's the one that's going to be the
real one.
The real one.
The part where he fell in his blood and like gross. that was nasty.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because when he started passing out, I was like, oh no, don't fall in the. Oh, he just fell in the gross crap. Wow. Come on.
They get a contact high from the.
Fall over there. Now you're hopped up on meth. Good job, dude.
When he woke up though, is when he started acting in this movie. Like when he woke up and he's half covered in the black shit.
Yeah.
That's when he's like, he actually starts acting. I was like, okay, I like this guy. And then he goes to his mom. His mom's like, where have you been? What's going on? And he's like, Mom, there's ghosts. I can't blink. And she's like, oh, honey, you're on mushrooms. Like, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah, they dosed you.
I thought that was the best.
Well, you know what's crazy though is like he has that same look throughout the whole film. He's always like,
yeah, but
just
not
super
like
shocked. But it made sense when he had half his face and half his body covered in blood and guts and crap.
But when he was standing in front of her and he's like, I can't blink, and his eyes are pegged open and they're pink lidded, and he's got tears streaming out of his eyes because he doesn't want to blink. I was like, I believe this scene right now.
Did you foresee her shooting Miles?
I told him he should let you go. Told him I liked you and you seemed decent to me.
Wish it had worked.
You got a lady in your life, Miles?
No. I thought they were gonna pair up. I was like, well, this is gonna be awkward.
But yeah.
And then she pulls out a 500 Magnum. And I'm like, oh god,
yeah.
This
looks like she
really
could barely lift that thing.
Kyle saw her and was thinking that. Oh, looks like you can barely lift that thing. Let me help you.
Like, here, aim here. Yeah, there you go.
bounce. That's all he heard. Is that a score change I hear? God.
Well, no, I was just thinking that since this is your movie, it's like, man, how twisted can we get?
Man.
It's a
Listen,
non-rated film. You know,
pretty
it's only an
straightforward.
hour 30.
This
This was like an hour 15. I was like, well, they still got 15 minutes. Let's go. We can probably wrap up a whole relationship in this 15 minutes.
We can
What
do a
else
ghost
is new?
menage a trois in 10 minutes.
Oh man. Yeah. I wish we had seen a little more of his dad too, which is weird, but his dad was kind of
just hanging out.
Just there.
Sorry.
Oh, that's horrible.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
I mean, come on.
Just hanging out. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Kyle.
It's like a calendar. That cat says just hang in there.
Jesus.
Hang in there.
I just wish we'd seen more of him. But again, I don't know. To me, the movie, like I said, it's got more flaws in the editing, I think, than it does anything else. But or like coloring, especially, like it's colored like a cheap movie. If it had big budget coloring, I think it would be more effective.
Well, and it was kind of, I don't know if was it shot on film, you think?
Shot on an iPhone, probably.
Was it digital?
It looks digital.
It looked digital to me.
Yeah.
Because it had that almost not quite 24 frames, so almost like 30 frames look to it.
Yeah.
Got a very low budget, and you're like, yeah, the coloring's not that great either.
I thought the coloring for like all of Miles' stuff was like really filmic looking. It had like good contrast, but anytime like Nelson was on screen, they like really desaturated it and the colors didn't pop.
I don't know. The overall, like I said, there were some cool shots. Like I like the shot where he's in the car with his mom.
What the hell happens now?
No. Now I learn to live with a ghost.
That would show enough of like what they're seeing of the world being different enough as to why he's acting the way he is.
The other twist was when she was going to kill Alice at the gravesite.
Yep.
What did you guys?
Holds that gun.
What did you guys think about when she was walking up? I'm like, oh shit, she's gonna shoot her. We've already established that she Chekhov's gun, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, we already established that she has a gun that she carries in her purse. She has her purse on her. She's gonna shoot her,
right?
And then she pulls out the gun. I'm like, oh shit. And then
it's that cheap China crap.
Yeah. But no, I agree. When she pulled that gun, the first time I watched it, I was like, well, here we go. It's like,
and then
there's another ghost
Alice,
to attach himself to Miles.
Yeah. And then Alice learned from that moment and got a bigger gun. And she's like, mine's not gonna jam.
Yeah. How the hell Alice didn't hear the clicking of the empty gun?
Click.
I mean,
click.
So loud it could wake the dead.
I think she was hyper focused on hating Nelson at the moment.
Probably.
Okay.
I'm
sorry. Speaking of, by the way, when he was when she was in the seat and she's talking to Miles, and Miles, like, you know, is saying Nelson's with me, etc. And Nelson is this time he's standing behind his own gravestone.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she's like, you know, and she does this like deep breath and she's like, I can feel him. And then it goes to Nelson's face and there's just fucking pure hate. Like those two actors got into an argument before this scene and he just really hated her. And then she's reacting. I don't know. I really liked how they did that. I mean, there was zero contact. They weren't, you know, he wasn't like throwing ectoplasm at her or any nonsense. It was just, sorry, I'm thinking RIPD.
but then again, but they ruin the scene because they go for a jump scare right there, though.
Yeah,
because he yells out of nowhere. And that's like the only way that they know. It's like punctuation in a sentence. The only way this film knows how to move scenes is to do a jump scare as a period.
Well, I think someone probably said to them, "This is a really boring, scary horror movie." You know what I mean? Like it's got to have something to kind of keep you, I mean, tense. And I think the yelling was meant to be like, I don't know. I simultaneously am confused a little bit. I'm going to say this. I'm a little confused by what ghosts can do, right? Because Miles acts like Nelson could throw his ass off a building if he wanted to, right?
Right.
Meanwhile, all we can really see them do is scream at people and then like become like cling magnets, like to windows. You know what I mean? Like the stickers that are peel offs from the windows. That's the only thing that we've really seen them be able to do. Yeah, we haven't seen them do anything else physical. So I'm confused as to what they're able to do. To me, it seems like they can't do shit, and they're frustrated by that, so they're just stuck screaming instead. You know, so
trying to get underneath your skin.
Yeah, I mean, maybe through like, you know, pressure and hate, you can feel it, but it didn't kill Alice. I mean, it's not like he gave her a heart attack or anything. He didn't crush her mind or crush her throat like Darth Vader. I mean, he just
I
got
did like
upset.
how Miles was starting to tease Nelson though. He was like, "Huh? Am I gonna jump? Huh? Am I
Yeah.
gonna jump?"
I was secretly wanting him to piss on him. Like,
Yeah,
that's kind of what I would have done.
I thought he was going to at first.
Yeah.
There was a fuck up
But
in
then
that
nobody
scene,
would
though.
see it, and it was like there's just
Yeah,
some
just be
random
some-
dude pissing off a balcony. It's like,
Yeah.
go back inside.
There was a mess up in that scene though to me. The actor who plays Nelson moves his foot when the coffee cup comes down.
Yeah, I mean it's
Well, yeah.
the whole Superman dodging or deflecting bullets, and then he throws the gun at him and he ducks.
He dodges. Yeah,
you know.
maybe that's it. Yeah, I mean, because if you're a ghost, why would you dodge the
Yeah,
coffee, the shards from the coffee cup?
I noticed
right.
that too.
Yeah.
But Eddie, so this was your movie. You picked it for Thriller, so you get
Yep.
the honors of going first to rate it.
So for me, this movie is a 4. It's not amazing by any means, but it's got some cool stuff that they did for an indie film. I think they tried.
Okay, Kyle.
I'm actually kind of around there, Eddie. I might be a little bit higher. I kind of enjoyed it, but I'm about 4.5.
Okay, 4.5 for Kyle. John.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I won't watch it again, but I did enjoy the film. I enjoyed some of the actors. I am gonna give it a 4.
Okay, a 4 for John. Well, I guess I kind of enjoyed it a little bit more than you guys. I was actually gonna give it a 6.
Wow.
Actually.
Yeah, I mean it's
it's
not
'cause it's a
really
fun
that bad.
movie.
It's not a
Yeah.
bad movie. I mean, it's something that's I think entertaining, for a little bit. It's only an hour 30, which I think they did a great job for an hour 30.
Exactly.
They tell a story. It
Yeah.
doesn't just stay on one thing, and it's not just people mumbling for
And it's not
3
drawn
hours.
out. I mean, this could have easily been a 2-hour movie if they were just drawn out a little bit more, but I'm glad they kept it concise.
Yeah.
I wish they would have embraced the thriller aspect and not tried to do thriller and horror
Mhm.
and just say, okay, this is a thriller. It's a slow burn thriller and
Yeah.
call it a day.
Yep.
We Go On from 2016 gets an average score of 4.6.
Nice.
Okay.
Kyle, you won the spin that we did earlier, so it landed on what was
Yeah.
it, sci-fi?
Sci-fi.
So
Yep.
what movie you picking?
I picked The Martian from 2015.
All right, well, thanks for watching, guys. Join us next week where we're going to be reviewing The Martian.